Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? This is Robert with Burns Travels, and sorry I haven't been online for a while or several videos, but I really haven't had nothing to do. Uh, we're here in Texas where my daughter lives and our grandson, so we've been helping her out with that. It's basically been taking most of her time. Haven't had no repairs on RVs that I needed to do, had no maintenance I had to do in the RV, but today I have a front differential that is leaking on my Jeep. Not bad, but it's been there. You can see it and everything. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna change the Dana 30 gasket. I'm not gonna use RTV. I'm gonna use actual gasket for this. Some people like the RTVs. Some people like gaskets. I'm old school. I'll stay with the gasket. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. And it's not very hard. All right, so let's see what we need for the tools. All right, as you can see with the tools, right about, I got a screwdriver, a little rubber mallet, a ratchet with a 1/2-inch socket, and a pry bar to take off the plugs on the differential cover. I got differential gear oil. I got a Loctite. I've already sprayed the nuts. I got brake fluid, a torque wrench, scraper, and I have some RTV just to stick the gasket to the thing a little bit, and like I said, razor blades to help clean off the gaskets. So that's all the tools we're going to need for this, I think. We will see. If I miss something, we will know about it in the video. Again, just so everybody knows, I am not a professional mechanic. I don't do that. If it comes off, I can put it back on. That's usually what I do. But if I had to take an engine apart, I would probably have a bunch of pieces left over. So that is not me. This is simple. I did this once as a kid, and that's been a lot of years ago. So I'm gonna do it on this one, and we're gonna fix that. So let me show you where this leak's at. Okay, on this one, the leak is right up here. It's all wet and stuff because I sprayed all the nuts down with a loosener and stuff. This is your plug, and then your drains over here. The only thing I can say, whenever you do something like this, always remove the fill plug first, then drain it, even if you're doing service on it. The reason is, it would really suck if you drained all your fluid and you couldn't get your fill plug off, because then how are you going to fill it? So you always remove your fill plug first, then drain it. Because if you can't remove the fill, you're not going to be able to fill it. So, little note. Okay, since I'm down here on the ground, I'm going to go ahead and drain, not drain, but I'm going to pull the fill plug, and then I'm going to do the drain plug, and then we're going to drain it out, and then we'll start taking it apart. All right, like I said, take out your plug first, if you can. You know, the funny thing is, I put this bad boy in. There we go. You just gotta loosen it up. And then we'll get this plug loosened up before I take it out, so we can drain it. There we go. Because I don't want to get oil everywhere. Look at that. It's pretty clean. That's what I want to see. We're going to let all that drain out. And while we're doing that, Look at this. This is the magnetic side of the plug. I have no metal on that thing. That is awesome. And I do drive it in 4-wheel drive. Not all the time, but I do take it off and we do things. But that has absolutely none in it, which is a good sign. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to start loosening these up. Pretty simple, huh? Now let's spray all this out. You know, it's funny, my hands were really greasy in the middle of this. I said I should have been wearing gloves just because I got camera equipment. If I didn't have camera equipment, I probably wouldn't have cared, because grease don't scare me. I'm worried about getting dirty. That happens if you work on a car. So do some cuss words sometimes, but haven't had that yet. I don't think I'm going to. So the next thing, since you saw, we have to take all the gasket material off the axle itself where the differential cover connects, and we got to take the gasket material off the differential. So that's what we're going to do now. I would probably wear my glasses in the video, but I'm gonna have black eyes because of the sun, so I take them off whenever I'm talking to you right now because of that, because my eyes will be solid black like sunglasses and it just looks weird to me on camera. So anyways, so let's get this stuff cleaned up. I tell you, I forgot to get shop towels. Get all this excess fluid out of here. So it's probably going to evaporate, but if you use paper towels, just make sure you get it all. Okay? You don't want paper left inside your stuff. That would not be a good thing. So just get out the excess. It has alcohol, I think, in it. And it will evaporate anyways. So now you see all this stuff here, we got to get all this off, and we're going to use a scraping tool. And probably razor blades. So where is my plug? Where's my plug? I'm just going to put this in there. So no more runs out right there. We'll tighten it down later. I just want it out of the way. And where's the plug for the top? Yeah, let's see. Actually, this is the plug we want. Not this one. This is for the cover. Yeah, that's the plug cover. This is the one with the magnet, and there was nothing on it either. There we go. So just make sure we got all that stuff out of there, and we'll do this again before we butt it all up, because there'll be some fluid falling down from the sides and all that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do now, let me adjust this a little bit there, and I'll scoot over this way so I'm not in the way. So we're going to take this carbon gasket scraper, which I probably will not really need it, but I can probably use a razor blade. But we're going to try to use tools that they say to use. And this will get off probably most of it. Then I'll have to tune it with probably a razor blade, just to make sure I got it all. Now we got a razor blade, just to make sure we got everything. Yeah, that one looks good. Now let's do this one. All right, I got them all cleaned up. You kind of saw what was on the bottom, but let me show you the cover here. There's the cover. It had a bunch of RTV on it. The back's been cleaned up too. getting a lot of that grease and stuff off. I had to clean all these holes out because the RTV was so bad it was in these holes too. So now all I got to do is clean the bolts because they're pretty dirty. Yeah, they're pretty dirty. I got to clean all that RTV off and all that stuff off those bolts before I put them back in. So let's go do all that, then we'll start buttoning it up. All right, all I got left is to put the gasket in on top of the cover right there and use a little RTV just to hold it, and I'll bolt it in place. So now that's what we're going to do, the fun part. The ultimate truth of success is see if we're gonna have any leaks. Anyways, so let's do that. Well, just so you know, I've already started putting it on. It wasn't that hard to do. I just put a little bit of RTV underneath the gasket just so it would stick to the valve cover. And now all I'm doing is just putting the screws in, finger tight. That's all I'm doing, getting them threaded in there. That's all I'm doing. Now that I got all the screws in, I'm just bringing them to finger tight right here. That's all I'm doing, is bringing them to finger tight. Then I'll start tightening them down in a pattern. Because I actually have a torque wrench for these too. I don't want these super tight right now. Because I want them equally pressure. Now I'm just going to go around and make sure they're all just snug. Not super tight, just, you know. Then I'll torque them, but while I'm thinking about it, let me put this piece back in and snug it down. We don't want nothing leaking. And this isn't a socket, all this is the piece from the, like the socket would go onto. That's all it is. Socket goes on this, but this is that 3/8 right here. I have the plug, but I'm going to torque these up first. All right. I may have a torque wrench, but it doesn't mean I'm a mechanic. I'm far from it. So what we're going to do, it's already preset for 30 foot-pounds. There it went. I'm gonna come over here. Do the same thing with this one. There it went. Now, I'm just going to go check everyone again. Okay, 30. And 30. Okay. Well, now we just got to fill it. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. What we got left to do is put in the oil. What we gotta do. Put in the gear oil. Now we're gonna put this in until it starts overflowing from the top. When it starts doing this right here, that's what we're going to we've done the front already. Some people use a pump to put this in, but if you can get it in this way, why not, right? Okay. It's the same gear oil, just one says Mopar and the other one says Castro. Now, in a week or two, I'm probably going to drain these and refill them. And I'm probably going to put some purple in here, gear oil, in all of these, the front and the rear. That way it just cleans whatever here's out. Now the rear always takes more. Just changing caps here and we should be almost full. Whoops. See that right there? Now we are full. See, look at that. I knew it wasn't going to take much. And then what we'll do is we'll let that drain a little bit. Clean that again. There's that. Here's this tool. must be working. So that's the update on that. So I must have done it right. It wasn't, like I said, that hard to do, but I haven't done one since I was in my teens, and that's many moons ago. So thanks for watching. See you on the next video.